All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you guys had a good break there. So today, this session, we're going to talk about store conversion tips. And before we do, let's go ahead and get the yell down. All right, on three, everybody. One, two, three. Build.
Yeah.
Down. All
Done.
right, that's right. That's right. Okay, so a big thing, like I was saying earlier, is a lot of people, I know we're focusing on the ads and that's very important, but another big key factor that I see a lot of people do is they forget about their actual store. Okay, so you got to think, as a customer, would you buy from your own store? And what I'm talking about is the actual whole process of going through your store, from shopping or from adding something to the cart all the way to putting in your credit card information, to the checkout, to finally, the actual purchase, right? Because I've seen a few of our students where they're like, man, I'm getting good link clicks, I'm getting, decent VCs and ATCs, but I'm getting no sales. I don't get it. Like nobody's making the sale. And when I asked to see their site, I'd go through it, and one of our students in particular, design was good, everything was good, the add to cart worked perfectly fine, and I get to the checkout, I'm ready to make my purchase, I click the checkout to buy, and it took 10 seconds. It froze for 10 seconds. Okay, literally just froze. And I was like, okay, I think we found a piece of the puzzle that needs to be fixed here. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. So he did get some sales after that, but it's so important to make sure that your store is converting. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to share with you just some tips on your store, because this next session is going to be about the store setup. I know most of you guys have a store already, but for those of you who don't, it's good to start off knowing this type of information so that you can create it, you can have it in your mind while creating. All right, so number one, load time. This should be number 1, 2, and 3. Your load time, load time, load time. Okay, if it's taking you longer than 3 seconds to load, I think it's 2 seconds. 2 seconds, if it doesn't load in 2 seconds, people are out. That's the statistic, right? Ours loads at about between 2 and 3 seconds. And you can kind of check your load times on a site called pingdom.com. That's pingdom.com, Pingdom. So check it out. It'll show you like a little graph, and if you get like some red, if you see the red, it's no good. That means something's going on. You want to take a look at it. So different ways to kind of shorten the load time. We use an app called Image Optimizer, right? And it compresses all of your images. And a really good tip is just don't use unnecessary images. Okay, if you don't need them, don't put them there. Because that really affects the load time. Certain apps, I know, anybody here using Hurify, the little countdown timer? Hurify slows down your page pretty significantly. So if you want to use Hurify, because it does work, it does convert, we would suggest using some sort of encoded, like get a theme that's already encoded into the page. That way it's built in and it won't really affect the load time. All right, so next, have a very simple checkout. Keep it simple, guys. Don't have too many distractions, like as little distractions as possible. The only thing that we have on our site that's a distraction is Wheelio, and that's just, it works for us. We get emails out of that, and we get people that actually purchase because they get a, small discount. But I've seen students' pages where I go, a pop-up comes up, it says, do you want to view the cart or do you want to add to cart? It's like, I want to add this thing to the cart. I click the add to cart. It takes you to another page, and then literally a pop-up, like an ad pops up, and it says something about, hey, you're about to add this thing to cart. Are you sure you want to do that? It didn't say that, but that's what it felt like to me, right? It just felt like something I had to click again, I agree or something, submit. And then it took me to the checkout page. And by that time I was already just like, okay, this is just too much work. So think about that. So make sure, if you guys have a brand new store, make sure that your whole flow, your whole process of being able to purchase an item is smooth, right? So the guys that already have purchases, you guys probably, you're probably pretty smooth. If there's anywhere you can just kind of tweak it a little bit, do so. Let's see. Trust badges. I didn't add this on here, but trust badges is a big thing. You know, those trust badges, just have them on the checkout page, have them on your product page, all of that, right? Trust badges do huge. And of course, reviews. This is really good for adding emails, getting people to add their email onto your list, like voluntarily. So instead of saying like subscribe to our newsletter or subscribe for deals, you know, right? Keep me updated on my order, right? People are more likely to give you their email address, and they'll accept, right? Because when they do that, they accept marketing, which means that you can later on either retarget them, you know, using email on the back end. Okay, so this is, I haven't personally tested it. This is what I've heard. Okay, we use add to cart for the actual button, right? I've heard, we've also done buy it now before. Actually, I didn't really test the difference in the results, but from just theoretically, on a psychological point, if you do buy it now, it's supposedly better for like single product items. It's just like, okay, I'm just gonna buy it now, take them to, you know, take them to the checkout and get them to purchase. Now for the add to cart, it's kind of more for shopping, right? If you add to cart, that's more of a shopping mindset. That means you're gonna add this to the cart and potentially they will keep shopping and buy more. So that kind of increases your AOV, right? Your average order value. So just keep in mind, those are the two that you use. I don't think there's a huge difference. I haven't tested that though. I mean, we've used both and they both work. And just on the button in terms of, you know, a lot of people talk about color and this and that. We just use this, you know, green. We use a nice green with white, you know, white text. I don't think it's a huge difference, but that's what we use and that's what works for us. Okay, we actually tested, we tried to test Amazon colors, like that kind of beige, cream, yellow with the black lettering, and it actually didn't do as well. So we went back to the green, and immediately when we changed it, we started getting sales again. So I don't know if it was a long enough test. We did it within like a 48-hour period, but as soon as we, like literally as soon as we changed it back to green, it started making sales, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay, what else I wanted to add in here was really, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's really this big piece right here: load time. Okay, because it's so important for people to be able to see your product and to be able to have a simple, you know, smooth shopping experience. And also always check what your site looks like on your mobile phone. Okay, check what it looks like on the mobile phone, because a lot of times if you don't have like a mobile friendly theme, then it's not gonna, it just destroys your conversions.
So the next webinar you guys will see, Thomas will be talking about a lot why Shopify, also the apps that we suggest you guys to use. We also will have we create a worksheet, or actually a fun sheet, reference sheet, that has all the apps that we suggest, that's suggested and recommended to use, and we will make that available later or during this webinar. So this is the whole reason why we want to create it this short time, to let you know why the next piece is important, because a lot of people focus so much on the Facebook ads that they forget that their site is also very important. The load time, the customer experience, and how they feel when they go into your store. So I think right now is about 12:03. I'm going to stop this right here, and we're gonna send you into the, let's see.
Okay, so before you stop it, we just unlocked the next session, which is on the Shopify store setup that Bridget was talking about. And we're gonna come back here at what time did you tell them?
Oh, I'm gonna send them to the seminar.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay.
But we got to close. Did you stop the recording?
No, not yet. So we're gonna start the recording right now.